I was just about ready to start, just at that point where I gotta restart my application that helps me control the lights 500 times, and then we're ready to go. Wow, I only had to restart it once this time. It's a Christmas miracle. All right, little late night Moon Day StarCraft. We're probably gonna play the same people over and over and over again, and that's okay. That's okay. I might cut it to just 2 hours if the game quality is terrible. But I wanted to get on and see everybody. I just wanted to get on and see everybody tonight. Hello, 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 hello. Gonna do I feel like it's easier to guarantee that we'll be able to get a game of like Direct Strike for our warm-up. Gonna do one of those and then we'll play some ones. That's the game plan tonight. You didn't like season 1, but at the same time you've never played the game. Yeah, it's a, you know, the franchise is known for being quite campy, almost in like a horror movie type of way. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Especially if you've never played any of the games, I can totally see why you'd be like, seems a little wild. The games themselves are quite gratuitous. Quite gratuitous. It's if you play Fallout games, you kind of know, but yeah, you just listen to Reacher again. And you'd like to listen to The Witcher. The Reacher show, I watched that. It was really good. I thought that was quite good. Yo, D-Jack, what's up? I don't think I could really listen to an audiobook at my work, though. I feel like it would be tricky. I feel like it would be a little difficult. Base structures of double health. I'm Vorazin. Who am I up against? Can make it an infested command center? Oh, hell yeah. Base structures of double life, refineries, double income, no fog of war. So that's not very interesting. No fog of war is pretty good for Swan, though, because I think his turret can basically just shoot forever. I think that's about it. I just make a bunch of zealots. Let's go DTs. I think that's the move for Vorazin. We'll just go straight into the, what is it, the shadow something. Shadow Guard, there it is. Not to be confused with Shadowheart. These guys don't miss quite as often. Yeah, just go straight to tier 3. Easy. This is how you play Warzone, right, guys? Everybody knows that. Everybody does. Now I got cool photon cannons. Look at me. Look at me. I'm flexing. I'm flexing like crazy right now. I'm going nuts. I'm going nuts. I took a nice nap. Took a nice nap before Katie went to work. So, I'm just getting up. Just waking up, actually. It's quite nice. We had a nice productive morning. Katie's got the late shift. So I just went and passed out. Felt amazing. I got a couple clips up from yesterday's stream. Yesterday's stream was awesome. We had a lot of great games. How do I feel about co-op? Man, I'm like that level. I'm like such a high level in co-op. I played so many games of it. You know, I feel like it's just not very interesting with the lack of, 1v1 has gotten more recent changes than co-op now for many years. So maybe if I get lucky one day, they'll do some kind of update for co-op players, but it's not aging that well, honestly. Or I just play too much. You can pick your poison, you know. I've been playing StarCraft for such a long time. I rotate through things. Yeah, the day structures having double life just means it'll take longer, right? Oh, but there, look, there's my DTs. There they are. Those are my boys. Those are my boys right there. He can still see me. Oh, he's got his own DTs. Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, there's just a lot of the maps that have like the fixed timer of how long they take to finish is really a drag in my opinion. I think it really tremendously hurts the replayability of a lot of the maps. And I think the fact that they didn't add more ways to force win conditions when you're like impossibly far ahead is maybe one of the biggest like dropped balls of co-op. But I love co-op. I mean, I've got playlists of series going through all the commanders when they came out. That was like the biggest thing I did on my YouTube channel back in the day, was my co-op series. Always loved it. But you know, sometimes I want to just play a 15-minute, game. And if I boot up a co-op match, I always want to try and make it interesting, right? So I'm gonna like queue up a random map, or I'm gonna play a random commander, but I can get put into a co-op mission that has a time limit on it, where my performance doesn't even matter. And all I can do is basically just, as soon as I load into like missed opportunities, it's like I know that the game mathematically is calculated to last exactly 30 minutes, no matter what I do, right? So it's like, it's really hard to get excited about playing co-op when half the maps are like that, and as soon as I queue it, like, it's just like, okay, well, either I abandon and I'm a dick to my teammate, or I have to like queue up just the one map that I want to play, which isn't as fun as playing random, because like a couple of the maps are fun to play, but then a couple of the maps are like that. So if it wasn't for the fact that queuing up co-op can just end up flushing 30 minutes of my life down the toilet, I would do it more. True story. What about like 4v4? There's just not enough people who play those modes. Every time I try to queue up, it takes a really long time. They're basically just accelerated versions of the issues of like 1v1 low player count. You run into the same people a lot, and they're more emotional than 99% of people you've ever gotten into a game with. What a bizarre game we're in now. Oh, I can turn on Shadow Retreats. That's what I want. He went into Void Rays. I guess I'm going into Corsairs. Yeah, I'm in a mirror matchup. That's what this is. It's Vorazin versus Vorazin right now. That's completely understandable. Yeah, exactly. You know, I actually, it's like, it's all stuff that I used to do on my stream. It's all stuff that I used to make content around. Every time a new co-op commander came out, I leveled them all the way. I recorded every mission I would play with them. I do full commentary breakdowns. I actually got to announce the Nova co-op commander. That's how long I've been doing StarCraft 2. You probably don't even know that, but the first official announcement that there was ever a Nova co-op commander, that was like, I was a part of that. I got to go to Blizzard and like test it and record a game playing on a debug version of the game with like a bunch of Blizzard developers and stuff, and it was pretty awesome. But I've been a pretty entrenched part of the co-op space in StarCraft for many years. I've always been a big fan. Always been a really big fan of it. The co-op was another really big reason why I was so disappointed about like Stormgate failing too, because I feel like they were basically trying to give us that slightly more casual version of SC2 that could be really popular, you know? Their co-op missions were supposedly going to end up being quite a bit more dynamic, which would have been nice, but kind of is what it is sort of deal. Yeah, if you look up on my YouTube channel, I have a video that's like Nova, it's like first look, Nova co-op commander. If you watch that video, I recorded the whole thing at Blizzard, so you can see, because they gave me a full setup with the webcam and stuff. I think we were in the esports building. They built a stream room in the esports building for me to come do it. So I think I'm there with like David Tang and Sion. Sion used to be a community manager of SC2, but he quit. He quit his job. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it because of how horrible people were to him, being the SC2 community manager guy. He absolutely hated that. He said, I think the last conversation I ever had with him was he had no idea how horrible people online could be to each other until he was in charge of running the StarCraft 2 scene. It was brutal. I didn't make his life easier. I did not make his life easier either. He was a good dude, though. What about the Void Rays? Look, man, I've got units here. I'm trying. I don't know what you want me to do. But I'm trying. I'm here, putting in the work. Hey, Phantom Rose. Hey, Nate. Hope you're well, man. Dude, I'm feeling good. Again, I'm waking up a little bit. I just got up from a nap before I got on here to stream. So, you know, I haven't even turned on the timer. I'm leaving the timer before we actually even start playing any games. So, before you guys all complain about how you're losing out on your stream time because Nathan's playing a custom game, I haven't even started the timer, baby. I haven't even begun to peak. Yeah, green has like no detection here, right? He's getting his shit rocked by these Void Rays. He also has no anti-air, actually. He's just got Marauders and Warhounds against Void Rays. It's not good. And yeah, no detection at all. Alright, let's see what I can do. Absolutely nothing. We're cooked, fam. There you go. Hit him with the Tilda Swinton. Gotta hit him with that tilde key. It's so important. Damn, he's still coming. Why is he still coming, Rick? You got walkers all around you. They're in the woods. Oh, we didn't die yet, huh? Oh, we're still alive? I don't know how to handle this. Let's just see. Will I just like win the game down instantly? You guys think? Is that in the cards for me? I mean, I did stasis ward a bunch of his dudes. I do have a lot of DTs. I guess he does kind of have his own detection solution, but then there's going to be another wave, right? You just go get the Big Daddy Ultras. See? It's fine. It's fine. What a game. What a game we've got here. Maybe I'll solo it. Who knows? Who knows? I haven't even upgraded the attack on my Dark Templar either. That's like totally a different factor here, huh? I thought the game was about to end, so I was like getting ready to raise my desk up. Goodbye, Dad. It's going up, guys. See ya. See you. I'll see you around. And then I just get out of my chair and now we're back. Then I just get out of my chair and now we're back and everything's fine. See, I didn't even abandon you. I did not abandon you outside the 7-Eleven in Pasadena. Nope, not me. Guys, we're doing it. We're hanging in there. My only limit is the fact that because I'm still a single player, I only have one scan per round. My scan cooldown is actually a significant issue. Maybe we throw some zealots in there. Why not? Like an Austin Powers bit. You see, some people, when they think that they're gonna lose, they feel despair because they're told their whole lives that they have to win, otherwise no one will like them. But I learned a long time ago that no one will like you for a lot of different reasons that they make up in their heads, and it doesn't really matter what you do if you're not trying to hurt people and actively becoming, you know, some sort of antagonist. So the idea that I'm going to lose this game, even if it's 1v3, it doesn't really scare me because you guys just can't imagine the dopamine release I would get if I found a way to win. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be biblical. It's going to be biblical. I got my trance radio station on. I am gaming. It's Monday night. There's no more football for a bit. No more football. A man returned to the wild. Charcoal colored Ultralisk looks sweet. Yeah, these are co-op. This is co-op Direct Strike. So there's a lot of, in the co-op version of Direct Strike, there's a lot of different units you can use from all the commanders. So we're not just using regular units either. So it may not even, I don't even know if there's an Ultralisk skin that looks like that. But that is Dahaka's. That's Dahaka's Ultralisk, I'm pretty sure. Since he's got the Tyrannosaurs as well. He fancy. Oh, he fancy. Oh, he fancy, huh? Yeah. I do say to that, yes. Faux show. Faux show. I'm kind of curious now. I'm just going to take a quick peek. Take a gander. Gonna take a gander. Scanning too much isn't good. Every 7 seconds you could make an oracle. Yeah. Yeah, but they can kill my oracles. They can't kill scans. Don't you know, Terran? Don't you know why Terran is overpowered? It's not because scan has nothing to do with the fact that you can place scan anywhere that you want and your opponent can do nothing to deny it. It's that the scan can't be killed, right? Like, that's it. That's literally it, man. It's all about the fact that the scan can't die. That's why Terran is so imba. You know how hard life is for people out there that don't have unkillable scans, unkillable detection? It's good stuff. It's good stuff, let me tell you. I want to look up this Nova video, though, real quick, because I'm kind of curious. When did I make that? Nova Covert Ops? No, Nova Co-op. Let's see. I've got 16 videos that's come up for that. First look, Nova Co-op Commander in StarCraft 2. I published this video on... What date is that? October 14th, 2016. October 14th, 2016. Pretty wild. It's a long time ago. That was in between them asking me to balance mine less on my stream. And then I asked them for health insurance, and they said no. And I said, well, I'll take your advice into consideration. Oh. There we go. Press the wrong key. Oh yeah, there you go. Boom. You may take my life, but you will never take my scans. Yes, exactly. You get it. You get it. Okay, I guess we're not getting cheesed. I had to check, right? Had to scout. Always got to scout in TVT. Dangerous matchup. Terran players are tricky. But yeah, you know, it's just one of those things you'll never learn if you're a one race person. As somebody who's played all of the races in SC2, I find the number one thing I always miss when I'm not playing Terran is truly the ability to just click and know whatever is at a spot instantly. That is something Terrans take for granted. No doubt. Terrans do not know how good they have it, mostly because they never play the other races, but the scan is one of my favorite things, even if it's like not necessarily that interesting. There's just a lot of power it can give you in the right moment, in the right situation. Scan can be game winning. Scan in the wrong spot can be game losing. It's exciting. It's living on the knife's edge. Living on the knife's edge. Monday Night SC2. Yo, AA Ron, what's going on? Happy Moon Day. Stock market was closed today, so you know it was a pretty boring ass day. I went to Costco and picked up some essentials. But yeah, not really a lot, right? Not too much happening today. We had a rare day. I think I didn't miss any absolute new insanity come out today. So hopefully I can just say that I was able to take a nap because there wasn't too much stimulating me today, which was nice. What you got? Not too much. Not too much. The chat bar is different. Oh, on YouTube? Did they update it today, huh? Maybe they'll switch me on the back end soon and I'll get that fancy... I'll get that fancy thing I want. What do you guys think? Build a tank, pray for the best. I mean, he could probably kill us if he just does a double medevac drop, so... The question is mostly whether or not we actually did anything to slow down a potential assault from him. But the answer to that question might be no. Killing a bunch of his tanks might do the trick, though, so there's that. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Sonny Jim. It's my reactor now. Oh, it's his reactor now. This is going to be a nightmare, but we do have everything on the way, so it's like we've actually made it to the just don't die and everything might be okay phase, which is always a great one. Bro is cranking out his Vikings. He is cranking them out. Well, Nate, you know, I mean, you know he's coming at some point. Like, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. Yeah. Right, we knew that this had to be on the docket. And he attacked the base that has the least amount of stuff on it, which is nice. So we could probably go for like one push out before we have to worry about him catching us. I think that's the first scan we've seen from him all game too. You're playing versus 3 AI right now? Hell yeah. Enjoy yourself, baby girl. I don't ever really mind Yamatoing the Medivacs. It still takes away their ability to use the bio units as much. Like, it's not bad if he does a full stim on all of his Marines, right? We're fine with that. We'd like that. We get a full scout. We get to see everything he's doing. Get a few more units. We can start one-shotting bases. This is where we really begin to cook. It's where we really begin to cook, ladies and gentlemen. But based on what he's doing, there's a pretty good chance we're going to see a lot of Vikings in our future. And why wouldn't we? Well, you shouldn't know that I'm here, but... Got you, Donald Duck. Isn't it cool how, thanks to AI, your favorite personalities and characters from every IP can be in everything? Look at that, guys. I just got to play versus the Donald Duck model. I think that one was made by Anthropic. He had +1, I had 1-1, his bio had 2-2, but he didn't... It's tough. It's like, how does he even get an effective use of that many Marines, of that many racks? He's got all tech labs, right? Like, he looked like he was playing versus mech. That's kind of what it seemed like. All the tech labs, there was only one reactored barracks the whole game. Only one reactored barracks, so not only did we not only did we get the damage done early, and we almost took that one reactor, we almost got it destroyed, but we managed to convince him we were going to play mech, which is pretty funny too. BCs are the king of the skies. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You better believe it, baby girl. You better believe it. Good to see you, Trung. How you doing? You guys having a good Monday? Good Monday, terrible Monday, chicken tender Monday. One of those Mondays. It's Tuesday down under, mate. But Mondays was swell. Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, you're right, you're right. It's only Monday. It's only Monday still in America land. You're right. You're right. How am I doing today? Doing all right. Doing all right. Today was like a national or federal whatever holiday kind of thing. So banks and stuff are closed. No stonks. Kind of a quiet sort of day, I guess. Those do feel kind of rare. They do feel pretty rare, don't they? So just enjoying that. Just enjoying that. Down under. Man, you know what's supposed to be? I didn't actually check. I need to put it on the DVR, but below deck down under is supposed to be tonight. Your girlfriend's from Thailand. They have like 20 holidays a year. Tight. We don't actually have holidays, but they have you know, if you're high enough up the chain, you get what's called a holiday, but most of them over here are kind of more like suggestions. You got drone scouted. That feels rare. I feel like it's been a while since somebody's drone scouted me. Man, if we got a holiday every time the king here went golf, no one would ever have to work. That's crazy. They got some wild. That sounds awesome. Sign me up, bro. Hold up. Let him cook. let him cook. Good. Gotta hold, make sure he knows where he's got to keep his overlord in the right place. I've made plenty of tweets on election night in 2020, so I know I'm going to one of those camps. I'm just trying to enjoy my StarCraft before I get hauled away. Hopefully they'll let me make something fun like pottery. Could learn a new skill at least. All good things, all good things. That's dark. I mean, they kill people in the streets already, bro. Everybody's on the list, man. It's just a matter of if you're gonna notice before they get to you or not. That's all. That's what the ideology is all about, baby. You passed today, but there'll be new rules tomorrow. Yeah, I'm waiting for your guys' program to open up once things get bad enough, Phantom Rose. Hopefully I'll pass whatever test, you know. Hopefully they'll be able to see all the social media posts I made opposed to this. You know, maybe that'll be a qualifier for getting out. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. But if I disappear forever, you know, I just want you guys to know that I really just enjoyed being able to come out here and enjoy games that I like with you guys. That's all. Sharing my love of video games was always my favorite thing about doing this. That's all I'd like you to know. I love video games. They're a great expression. They're a great expression of so many things that a person can feel but can't necessarily convey with words, music, or many of the other mediums that we have. Truly, there are some things that can only be expressed in a game. They were a big part of my life. I'm very thankful and blessed to have been able to enjoy and play so many great games in my life. And God willing, I'll get to spend a lot more time in my life playing dope-ass games. He does have some roaches coming out, which is unnerving. So if we're going to want to deal with that, the best thing to do is we just got to get out. Just got to get out our Thors, and I was going to try and squeeze a Banshee, but I'm also in Supply Block Shadow Realm Hell now, too. They're remaking God of War and all that. Yeah, I know, exactly. Dude, Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Solid 4 has never been ported on anything other than the PS3, ever. It is finally being put out as an actual game on Steam in like August, alright? I can't get put into a labor camp, bro. I gotta play Metal Gear Solid 4. Come on. Come on. You're gonna tell me I'm finally gonna get my chance to play Metal Gear Solid 4 and this is when the world has to end? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? He's been pretty slow with his forward movements. Oh, he's got a Nidus. He's got a Nidus, a Hydroden, a Greater Spire. Is this guy trolling? Is this guy trolling me right now? He's crazy. Oh my goodness. He's got everything. He's got everything. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Now I know why he's been sitting with his thumb up his butt the whole game. Now I know why nothing has happened this whole entire game. Guys, bro's not even taking it seriously. He's out here playing for mental health damage. We're gonna max out and push soon. That's it. That's what we do. I probably do have too many SCVs though. We'll get rid of a few of these guys. Yeah, this guy's just getting ready, right? He doesn't seem very interested in this game from the way that he's played it out, but we'll hopefully be able to punish him for his lackadaisical nature. The moment I leave my base, he has no units out there, no vision of anything. What does he do? What does he do, guys? The moment I leave my base, he's playing like he's got the stream open 100% though. The Nidus, the instant Nidus worm, instant mutas, the Nidus. He's on all of it, bro. He's on all of it. Bro is playing like he's literally just staring at the stream. How cringe. Come on, why don't you bring all those units you were gonna pump out the worm on me now, huh? Why don't you bring out all those units, wormy boy? What you got? What you got? That's right, that's right. Just move command your bros into me. It's all good. I mean, this was his plan, right? This was his whole plan, was just waiting for us to leave our base, so. Let's see how it ends now. This guy's game plan to win the game with the 3 lurkers he was able to afford 10 minutes ago, but can't anymore. Got him. Yeah, that seemed pretty nice. Yeah, exactly. Pretty sus, yeah. Oh, he was just big chilling. Let's see. Was there something I did? He definitely played this game like he was just watching and just waiting. So I'm mostly just want to prove myself wrong here, because it can't be that simple, right? It can't be that simple. But let's just look at his vision through the last like minute or two before I make this move out. Because he does have vision in that base on the left side, but he has nothing top side, nothing on the tower. He's just waiting, right? He's just waiting. I'm mostly curious the time between when I leave my base and when he drops the changeling in to go for the Night, because I feel like that's a decent sign. And he might have seen the command center float over right there, but yeah, he doesn't even look over there at any point. So this, then he drops it in, and this is, I'm guessing, at the moment that I'm at the watchtower, right? So I just want to go back and just see that one more time. Where is my army at the moment that he takes that guy over? This is just so that I know that nothing weird happened. It's for my peace of mind. Yeah, he doesn't look at his units when he clicks them around my base, is what I noticed too. So he comes over here at this frame. Is this right when I move out? It's right when I hit 200, but I haven't quite left yet, so that's good to know. See, that makes me feel better. I just have terrible luck, right? So I don't know if I said out loud I was gonna move out, but maybe that was also a trigger for him. Who knows? Who knows? But he did it right before I moved out, so it's good to know that. They said there might be a wintry mix out here tonight. Might get our first closest thing to like snow. Yeah, I probably said I was going to push there, so it's just, you know, it's hard to be 100% certain on that, because he obviously there would still be some level of delay, but we can overthink it. It's also easier for me to just say he got lucky. He certainly didn't have any units to see me moving out, so his timing was just great luck. That's the only, if we want to seek our answer in logic. The most logical thing is that he didn't see us move out. He didn't even necessarily know we were about to. That was just when he wanted to Night us. Maybe he was always going to do it at that point, even if I never left my base. That's the easiest way, I think, to not get hung up over it. We won the game, right? So I was mostly just needed to just enough plausible deniability. I'll take it. It's nice to know. Doesn't seem like there's a proxy this game. We got a TVT, so always gotta check. Terran players, they're tricky, man. They're tricky. We'll just chill here then, since it seems like we should be safe. Do I usually go Thor Hellbat against Zerg? I just go with the flow, honestly. I try to mix it up. Usually for my stream, I want to do like my best builds at the start, because that's like, if I do a build that I do all the time early in the show, then what I'm allowing myself to do is like really get into it, you know? So I don't think my games are ever like that crazy in the beginning. But once I get a little bit warmed up, or if I get a rematch, or, you know, we get towards the end of the stream, then I try to branch out and do a little bit more different stuff. We had like 2 or 3 bio games yesterday that were pretty nice. I've been playing a lot more bio again lately, just to mix it up. Yeah, I just kind of do whatever I feel like, honestly. As long as I'm having fun, there's a good chance that something interesting will happen. And as long as something interesting happens, you know, that's pretty much all I need to get people to watch, right? If interesting things are happening, so just try to play fun games. People usually like knowing things for their own comfort, so sometimes when I get asked questions like why I do stuff, I kind of just make stuff up over the years. Like, I just kind of lie, honestly. Keeps things interesting. You know, guys, cyclone bullets went up in price due to tariffs. So, got to build more mariners, etc., etc. Yeah, we might be cooked. We might be cooked off of his cyclone micro. He's going for a very aggressive push. I'll take it, bro. Thank you. Hey, Nate, I'm here from YouTube Shorts. Welcome to the stream, Riga. Hope you're doing well, bro. This guy's pretty aggressive, huh? It's kind of funny. He just keeps throwing everything he's got at me. He just keeps throwing everything he's got at me. He's adorable. All right, I think we're cooked. GG. Yeah, you just did like a cyclone all in, right? 2 factories, probably. Yeah. You saw that early Stalker build pressure from the European guy you played? I mean, 2 Gateway is like insta-win against most any Terran that opens Reaper. That's why that build is so annoying. It's like it's a straight up free win against anything other than like maybe a Marauder Rush. You've been doing a 2-base bio push? Nice. Well, when you play bio, you kind of have to go all in every game. That's the hardest thing about it. You have to like constantly throw everything you have at them. Otherwise, you have no chance most of the time. So it's, I think it's like, it's a much less effective strategy, right? Like it's a lot harder to win with. It's not as good, but yeah, I don't know. I just get bored doing the same stuff every game. So got to mix it up every once in a while. As soon as the Zerg player gets out Ultralisks, you lose, and then that's, you know, you go next, and that's it. But maybe sometimes you kill them before they get a bunch of Ultralisks, and that's about it. Once upon a time, you used to be able to play long games with bio, but everything got buffed against it so much that it's pretty shit these days. It's one of the reasons why I play a lot of mech. It's much easier to win the game. If you actually just want to win, like, just get to 3 bases, max out on Thors, and it's very hard. It's very hard to lose. All right, we got a TVZ this game. We got a barcode Zerg player. Yeah, back in the day, when I was a young man, you could play Bio from the beginning to the end of every game, and you never had to switch to anything else. You never had to build a giant-ass wall of planetaries. You never had to make 400 ghosts. You never had to turtle in your main base with siege tanks. You could just push and drop and harass to your heart's content the whole game. It was awesome. It was a good time. In the days of Pult, oh my god, dude, those were the best days. When you could just get to like 8 racks with like 2 factories or something and just pump out Marines, mines, and medevacs all game, every game. That was peak TVZ. Terran versus Zerg has never been as good as it was in Heart of the Swarm. It's never come close. Heart of the Swarm Terran versus Zerg. Now I could play that. I could play that for hours, man. I could play that for hours. I hardly played Mech and HOTS. There were a few good maps for it, but Bio was so much fun. Bio was so much fun. Before lurkers could burrow faster than tanks could siege. Before Ultralisks could outrun stimmed Bio off creep. And you know, Marines and Marauders, they're the same unit they were back then. Just everything else got a lot better. It's another casualty of all the balancing for pros. Well, is he just going mutas then if he doesn't have anything here? Maybe he's just gonna go Big Roach. Big Roach. when mines were broken. Dude, Widow mines used to actually be good. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You talking about when they didn't reveal themselves after they shot? That was... Widow mines were definitely... They're definitely one of the most frustrating units to play against in the game, but... Oh, that was so good, man. It was so good. You know how hard it is? You know how hard it is to play bio? Do you have any idea? We used to eat good. We did. Terran players had no idea how good they had it. No idea. But it's just power creep, that's all. There were never any meaningful buffs to the bio play style. Everything that used against it got buffed, you know? That's how we ended up in the current meta game. They've been stuck in for years. That was the only thing that could get me to stop playing bio. When everybody started to gaslight themselves that mass ghost turtle was the same thing that we had in HOTS. And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. This is the best tournament of TVZ we've ever seen, guys. StarCraft 2 is still being the best game we've ever seen in this matchup. I'm like, no. No. Terran versus Zerg was much better in HOTS. It was a million times better. All you have to do is go back to HOTS TVZ without the swarm host bullshit and point defense drone, and you're good. You fixed 90% of the issues with that game. HOTS was awesome. I have no idea what's going to happen here now. This whole situation is getting kind of wonky. He's got like a very defensive setup with the roaches, right? Is he doing what the last guy did? I was gonna say, I feel like we're gonna see some funky here. Well, at least this guy's kind of making it seem like he wants to attack us, which is nice. It's a bit of an upgrade. But where were you when bio got inshitified? Where were you? It's still the same box. It's still in the same aisle in the grocery store. It just doesn't seem to quite hit the way it used to. It's a tragedy. Where was Gondor? See? This man gets it. He's thinking on the scale of Helm's Deep. That's a good man right there. Hey, Nate, blue flame. Yeah. We'll get all the upgrades. That might be a good idea. Look at all them lurkers, too. Look at them lurkers. Hell yeah. Not too shabby. Considering I didn't have my Liberator range yet, I think that was about as good as it was going to get. We lost a lot, but so did he. That's how it goes. We just got to get that max out. We just got to get that big max out. That's the goal. But I feel like we have everything in place to do that. Getting to 4 bases is not easy, so the fact that he's willing to kind of just play this game out from this position, that does keep things manageable. Keeps things pretty reasonable for us, so the other big thing I really just need is as many Liberators as I can get. That's totally fine. All right, let's go get it. See, we're good. Might be a little bit too much now at this point. You know what? Great game. GG. That was a good match. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the games. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I got you, boo. Looks like we got a match. TVT.
Don't build themselves, you know. Bad news? Kinda low on the minerals there, huh? Not enough minerals. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more. Minerals don't grow on trees.
Oh, I'm like, I thought there was a little bit of lag. It looks like we're on the Australian server. So I've got a lot of lag this game, guys. Just letting you know. I'm probably gonna lose this game because I have been playing with no ping the whole evening. So I suddenly went from having 20 ping to having 200 for this one game. I'm gonna do a one base all in so that this game ends as fast as possible. We'll just one base BC rush him. No matter what he has in his base, we'll just teleport straight inside. This way we don't have to waste brain power on this match. Just chuck the ball. It would be like one of those Madden games. You just chuck the Hail Mary on the first play. And if you don't score, that's it. How come you don't have it set to local server? The local server setting does not apply as soon as you reach Master League. That setting does nothing unless you're Diamond MMR or below. What rank are you? Well, not Diamond or below, that's for sure. I mostly ladder on Europe. I'm playing some games on NA today, so I'm not really gonna like explain myself a bunch because it's kind of a waste of time, honestly, but the average viewer is not capable of understanding that I wasn't probably gonna stream today and these aren't my usual hours, but I just really wanted to get on, so that's all. No, they can't. When I tell people I play bad strategies because they're fun and I don't care if I lose games, they're so in their own heads about their own ladder games, they can't believe me. There are some people who watch this show, they hear everything I say just like you, but they hear completely different stuff. Because you gotta remember, like, even though I'm no longer the angry Terran guy, there are still a lot of angry Terrans out there that don't have anybody else to watch, so. In a way, I'm always catering to those guys a little bit. You play shitty decks in Pokemon TCG because the meta is so stale, so you get it. I'm like, guys, the game is 15 years old. It's like actually kind of dead in terms of the meta. The meta has been dead for a long time in this game. All right, he got us. GG. We're free. Yeah, SC2 meta is like one of the most like slow moving, boring things these days. I do random shit because there's very few patches that actually shake the meta up in a meaningful way. Maybe 10 years ago it was worth getting excited about. But I just do this shit for the love of the game. The StarCraft 2 competitive scene these days can be summarized as 15 people on all their alt accounts argue with each other over whether or not anybody that's been winning tournaments for the last 5 years is allowed to lose to anybody that hasn't been. That's the entire argument compacted. That's all. It's just people who argue with each other about the fact that the guy who was world champion a few years ago loses to someone else now, and that is a sign of balance being different, guys. It's true. But yeah, there's like absolutely no new talent at all in the game. So the only thing, because people can't think for themselves and just repeat whatever the pros tell them to say, you know, and it's all, everybody just holds kumbaya and they are all like, guys, the game's perfect. It's the best meta ever. You just have a bunch of people who have, because they're not allowed to think for themselves, like they just get really frustrated, you know, like in most systems where you're not allowed to, you know, where you just kind of have to deal with shit. That's where a lot of people's pent-up rage comes from. This guy's like, should I admit that I'm maybe 50 years old and competitive SC2 isn't as much of a thing? No, I'm gonna go online and argue the fact that there are no new players that are competing or doing anything in this game for over 5 years now. I'm gonna go argue the fact that only Protoss players signed up for an online cup that's worth $20. I'm gonna go argue that this means that Zerg needs to be buffed, even though Cyril still wins pretty much everything he shows up for, or Raynor. But we've literally reached the point where people who are still winning all the tournaments just have nothing else to say but to still beg for buffs because they never learned any other way to communicate. It's like watching the whole entire scene go senile at once. People just refuse to accept that there's going to need to be a lot more grassroots movements if they ever want the things they say that they want. If they ever want to get the things they say they want, sorry. But this scene always got a ton of free money from Blizzard, so, you know, that's the hardest part. Most people who are fans of this game, you know, like, they just got to enjoy it, right? They never had to work to, like, make the scene what it is. And there are a lot of people that have worked hard and have done stuff. You'll notice those people are actually still doing stuff to this day, right? Guys like Take TV, Cheesadelphia guys, right? There are people out there who do good work and bust their asses to try and keep StarCraft interesting for all of us. Those people are fantastic, but majority of folks obviously, you know, have been living fat off the hog from Blizzard sponsoring everything for 15 years. So this is the first year where we're not going to have a title event. This is it, right? 2026. There is no World Championship event for 2026. There is no title event for 2026. It's over. Unless some bajillionaire, unless one of you guys, unless GameStop moons in the next few months. There's probably no I'll do it myself, but there's probably no StarCraft 2 World Championship this year. It's just a harsh pill for some people to swallow. I've experienced a great deal of loss in my life, so for me, I'm like, guys, StarCraft is actually still here, you know? StarCraft is still here. Like, you can still boot it up and play it anytime you want instead of, like, bitching on the internet about it. All right? Just stop pretending that you're 18 years old, getting screamed at by your dad every time he gets home from work about how you're not good enough and that you need to win everything all the time, all right? Just think about, let the words of your Uncle Nathan echo through your mind. You are enough. Your joy of playing the game that you have loved your whole life is the only reason you need to play that game. And that is that. You don't need any reason to play StarCraft other than the fact that you enjoy it. But yes, if you're one of those people who tie your sense of self-worth to like how popular your hobby is, you know, we call those people posers or bandwagoners. Those people all gotta be miserable. Like imagine the guy that was just lazy and didn't even like StarCraft that much, but just was only a fan because it was popular. Like that guy, yeah, I can see those people hating their lives for sure. For sure. Like Patriots fans when Tom Brady left. You know, they all just became fans. They all just became fans of Pat Mahomes, but sometimes it'd be like that. But that's like the coolest thing, though, is that StarCraft is still around, you know? This isn't The Office. It didn't end. It's not like it's completely gone. It's not how it works, guys. It's not a movie. It's not a movie series. It's not a TV show. StarCraft is a game that is actually still being maintained and updated. So, you know, don't listen to the naysayers. Those are just the same. Those are literally the people that just want to relive being in high school again. But for StarCraft, that's it. That's all it is. Prof, they just put me in on the championship game. Our school would have won. Oh, should have just given me the ball. So yeah, it's true. If Blizzard just pumps $20 billion into SC2 esports this year, we'll have $20 billion in prize pool. Pretty crazy, right? But all we really needed was one StarCraft fan to become a, what, mid-tier millionaire? How wealthy would one individual have to be to not, even if, let's assume that they're like a reasonably greedy person, right? Especially if they're in that class, right? If they're getting close to the Epstein class, we can assume that they'll want to have a lot of money before they're willing to give any of it, even to something that they love, right? So it's like, do you need to be worth like 5 million before you're willing to run a big SC2 event? Do you need to be worth like 20 million before you're willing to run a big SC2 event? You know, we just need some person eventually who really loves StarCraft to reach the pro sports level of wealth that they don't care if they flush some money down the toilet. We just don't. We don't live in that world right now. If anything, the fact that those things don't happen is another reminder of all the shit we see coming out these days, that these people are all about themselves anyway. So, turns out you really do have to be a complete fucking sociopath to hoard stuff at the top like that. Might be the only thing we've learned. But you know what, guys? There's also another way to put it, okay? It also could just mean that StarCraft fans are all decent enough people that they're not sociopaths who could climb the ladder that much to the point where they could sponsor $1 million StarCraft World Championship level event. So it may actually be a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that StarCraft doesn't have any Epstein class people in it. There you go. You get no more events, but at least you know nobody in the scene was getting invited. Perfect. Bam, 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 bam.
You need to build that somewhere else. Not enough minerals.
Automod slapping your shit and fair enough too. Yeah, yeah. Sorry guys, you know, you guys I think have a reasonable idea of where I stand on stuff, but I don't necessarily want to open the floodgates for people to come ask for bans, you know. I appreciate it though. One day we'll live in a world where the most topical news about everybody that runs our society isn't the kind of thing that you can't type through any automated system. Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if our representatives were held to some level of standard like that? Can you imagine? I hope one day to live in a world where the news isn't stuff you can't post anywhere. But we've got our armories, we've got our starports. Yeah, I don't even care about the turret at that point. Because am I going to lose this BC? That was too greedy. I can't believe you thought you would get that. I didn't really think I'd get it. I think I kind of just autopiloted it, probably. Yeah. That seems like, looked like an autopilot kind of move. But we've got money, so just keep taking bases, make ourselves hard to get rid of, like a cockroach. Let's try to get to the point where we can survive a full nuclear annihilation. How about that? Yeah, well, now your tank is gone, and I don't have any reason to engage you, so I won't. He's like, but I can do the micro. I saw that you can kite battlecruisers on Reddit. And it's like, yeah, but you're not that guy, man. You face Nathanias, Eridor Lord of the Kappa Legions. Have you ever looked at the manual you find in the glove box of a battlecruiser? Yeah, that's my signature right there on the cover. Look at that. He had 4 starports and +1 attack. Usually defending that first push is like all you really need to do in TVT. He built his first command center at 2 minutes and 27 seconds, and he went both barracks before he got his third. So that was kind of the vibe he gave me. Lots of units early on, then double eBay. When does he even get his third command center? Am I crazy? Did I miss that? Was it there? Did I miss it? Depot, racks, factory, CC 227. There's no other command center. He gets the orbital at 340, but that's his natural. So he goes up to 3 racks and double engineering bay on 2 bases. That kind of lines up with my experience from the game, because all I was going to say is I think holding that push, holding the push with the tanks, the very first attack that he went for when my first battlecruiser finished, I believe that is the reason why we won the game. So just wanted to And this is actually, yeah, I mean, look, he had 1-1 pretty fast, too. Like, that could have been a problem for me. If he had relied more on his Marines, he might have been able to break me. Like, if he had just had a huge bio swell and dove on that planetary fortress, I would have been forced to bring my BCs out to fight, and then maybe, like, he had 2-2. He had 2-2 at the end of that game, so I don't see any reason why, if he got the Marines under the BCs, he wouldn't be able to kill them. But 4 starports is a huge investment to make, because you see he just lost his ability to push on the ground. So I don't have any turrets. I don't have any turrets I can make that shoot ground units, you know? So you gotta be clever. You gotta be crafty with that. Like, siege tanks are kind of your ground turrets, but they cost supply and they cost a lot of gas. So you just gotta be careful. You just gotta be careful. Hello, yo, sup. Good to see some new faces in the YouTube chat. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Moon Day. You tried to get your local internet cafe into COD 2 back in the day? Oh man, dude. I think that was like, for me, I think the first COD I played, you know, it was like back when they were all World War II games. And I think I watched my dad play it. I think I watched my dad do the one where I think it's Call of Duty 2, right? It opens with like storming the beaches and stuff. I had to have played that game a million times. That's a great one. That's a great one. Yeah, I'm on a little bit later tonight. Katie's doing the late shift, so she's on like a 4:30 to 8 or 9 or something like that. So she'll be back tonight. Got Thursday off. The new Poppy's Playtime expansion is coming out on Wednesday. So we're gonna be playing some horror games probably until like 2 a.m. on Wednesday. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time. My birthday is catching up on me now. We're 9 days away. 9 days away. Just waiting for my Resident Evil code to come in the email. Freaking stoked, man. Medal of Honor also did that. Yeah, we had both of those. We had a lot of those. My dad, my dad was always big on that stuff. He always thought it was really important for us to understand that because, my TLDR, Nathan's family is from Eastern Europe around that period of time. So that's why they left. That's why they left. But, yeah, I'm a first generation American. So my dad was always like, I probably watched every single World War II documentary and Cold War and all of that shit that they ever made. I'm like 7 years old and my dad's like, check this game out. I'm like, dude, there's like a guy being like electrocuted on this table. I'm like, yeah, but he's a Nazi. I'm like, oh, I get it. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. You guys never play Return to Castle Wolfenstein? No? Great game. No, the stories I did hear from my grandfather, I tell you, that's some crazy shit. Those people endured. No, my family's from Ukraine. My dad's from the same city as Whiteraw. If you guys know Whiteraw from StarCraft. But there's a tremendous amount of history in that between those countries. I mean, aside from even stuff today, there's so much over the years. Like anything, the more interest you put into learning about it, the more complex you find out it is. And the less interest you have in it, the simpler it will appear to you. Is lifting to kill the CC to kill the Overlord worth it? Yeah, why not? I don't really think it's possible to prove it's not, right? Imagine if you were playing poker and you could just like spend one of your cheapest chips to make it so that your opponent can't see part of your hand, right? Would it be worth it? Would it be worth it to give up like your lowest denominated chip in a game of poker to stop your opponent from seeing 2 of the cards in your hand? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, all that shit is why I don't got any extended family, you know? My dad and grandpa made it out from the Iron Curtain and never looked back. They told me my great-granddaddy fought the Nazis. That's why I was named after him. Just from the other side.
Minerals don't grow on trees. Not enough minerals. Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
Yo, Dan. Guys in chat got you. Guys in chat got you. So greedy, Jamo. Jamo, what have you done? It's okay, buddy. The Dow's over 50,000. The hardest part is going to be trying to get to Thor's. So I figured we get a speed Banshee or 2, give ourselves some level of defense in case he does like a little icky backstab. But this is probably the hardest map in the pool, I think, to hold the 3rd base on. It's one of the toughest ones, at least. Just because the 3rd is like super exposed compared to most other maps. Like it's just out here, right? Distance between it and the natural is big. But maybe I did some damage, right? Let's find out. he got me there. Holy shit, Aaron! What the hell, dude? My brother in Christ. Did that work with the timer? What? Take your wife somewhere nice. Dude, God bless you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Holy smokes. Just super chatted 50 bucks in the YouTube. Thank you, man. Thank you. God bless you, dude. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna tell Katie. I'm gonna get to tell Katie today was a freaking sick stream. Holy shit. You just made my night, man. You just made my night. God bless you. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it all. That's okay. This is like the hardest map to expand on, so I'm just gonna fight him till the bitter end. I'm not gonna give up. We need to take this base, right? I think we can all agree. We can all take the third together. Sorry, the fourth. He's got a lot, though. I mean, for how much damage we've done this game, he's held it together decently. He's held it together pretty well. Oh yeah, one of these places I applied to also finally got back to me after 500,000 years, and it seems real, so fingers crossed there too. We got some pretty reasonably good news this week, actually, so. Even if it's been the longest weekend ever. I think I might get to talk to a person. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, he's trying to do some like base tradey kind of stuff is what it looks like. Actually, I think I could just send the rest of my army over, right, at this point. Oh, he brought them fungals. He's got them fungals. All right, now try your base trade thing again, okay? Put the liberation zones over the Thors, because they are going to try and get close. Remember that. See? There you go. Now I've got coverage for the Thors. Boom, boom. GG. Double infestation pit? What does it mean? Yo, I want to give another big shout out. Thank you so much to, thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it, dude. Mine was short. Had your daughter's birthday and V-Day. I feel you. I feel you. Katie's schedule's gone back to normal with her coworker getting back from his vacation. So we've got a few days. We've got a few days off for my birthday that we're kind of keeping on a freestyle. The inner workings of some of the behind the scenes stuff is pretty funny. Resident Evil 9 comes out on the 27th, but I've been getting every Capcom game from them for free since they started their partnership program 5 years ago. And of us, I've been able to play their games like 2 days early for like every release since Resident Evil 3 Remake. So I'm like, I really don't know yet if I'm gonna have it. Is that real? What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that? Anonymous UT? Is that what? What? Dude, don't kill me right now. What is that? This guy wants me to stream the whole entire night, huh? Holy shit! Did someone just? Is that 500 euros? Oh my god! Oh my god! This man gave me real money. Holy shit! Oh my god! Gonna have a hard time. I'm gonna have a hard time playing this game, but I just like to say thank you, dude. Oh my god. He's trying to beat you. Just all I have to say is thank you. I can't put into words. I can't put into words what that does, what something like that does. So just thank you. Thank you. There are not a lot of things I wanted for my birthday. I'm very happy that as hard as my wife works, she's gonna be able to take some time off. And anyway, TLDR, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play Resident Evil 2 days early like I usually am, or if I'm going to play it on the release date. So we've got most of that week cleared now, because I might be able to play Resident Evil 9 on my birthday. I might be able to play it like on that day, or maybe this year it'll be different, and we'll all only get it on launch day. So sometimes, I don't know. I don't like expect to be able to play it early, but as a partner, they usually do let us play it early, but they always tell us they won't, so they don't set an expectation. Does that make sense? So I'm just hoping I wake up on my birthday and I have a key in my my email inbox telling me I can play the game. But either way, I'm gonna have it on the 27th. So prepare yourselves for Resident Evil 9. I'm definitely gonna stream the entire game, and I'm very excited about that. But beyond that, obviously, the StarCraft Shorts content I've been making has been super fun. And I just gotta say again, thank you, Anonymous. You deserve it. Passionate and dedicated for so many years. Love your content. Thank you. Thank you so. Just thank you. I can't put into words. I can't put into words how much that means. That's just insane. Thank you. You and Aaron absolutely lighten up my my night tonight. You know, I got out of I took a nap. I took a nap after my wife and I took out the trash and walked the dog, and we did all our chores before we went to work. And I was like, I I'm just trying to get myself up to go and do it again. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm feeling today. And I was like, I'm just going to get on. I said, you know, Kate, I'm going to go. I'm going to play NA just so I don't have to complain about ping today. I'm just going to deal with whatever happens, you know, and we'll see. It'll just be a short stream, nothing crazy. And somehow that is absolutely not what's happened. So thank you. Thank you. I don't know how I'm going to tell her. I don't know how I'm going to tell her. She's going to shit a brick. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Multiple adepts by the I actually felt kind of a nice little dodge there. I don't really see any tech though. Oh my goodness. I got a Ko-Fi alert to look at next too. Okay. I'm trying to micro my Reaper. Okay, this guy can't catch my Reaper. Give me a minute. I'll check that. I'll check that after the game. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys. But yeah, I put up 2 new YouTube shorts today, by the way. Like I said, if you guys missed yesterday's stream, it was actually pretty good. I do have a link to all of the VODs on YouTube on the posts. If you go to like the channel posts, I do have a link. I unlist VODs on YouTube after the stream because it's better for the algorithm, but like they're unlisted, but you can still see them, you know? So I do have a URL playlist that's just kind of on there. But I try to, my goal is to put less of just stuff hanging out there for people to pick at and more so to curate a little bit of the stuff that I'm doing when I'm done. That's been the major focus of my content overhaul since I've returned, so to speak. But I got a couple really good ones up today. I got a clip where I Cyclone Rush a Protoss and he had a single Artosis pylon and I win the game in a pretty brutal way. That was fun. And then I think I also put up, what was the other one? I unplugged the Protoss, and then I think it was like, maybe it was another BC YOLO. Might have been another BC YOLO. If you guys like the YOLO battlecruiser videos. And that was only 2 of them, but we actually got a ton of clips from yesterday's show, so I did think about just going and editing a bunch tonight. So just, again, I guess thank you, crazy amount. You guys are nuts, so I appreciate it. Trying to keep my cool here. Oh, he's got a lot of stalkers. We might be in trouble. Yeah. But we'll just see if he kills us, I guess. Let's find out. He could probably blink straight onto this tank, but we'll just see. Let's see if he does. Somehow Nathanias returned. I know. I'm a little bit older. I don't know if I can necessarily say that much wiser, but I can definitely say I've learned a lot. There we go. Just push him away. Put the Fear of God into him with the Banshee, right? That's fine. If that's all he gets and he's satisfied from that, then that's good. I can do that. That's fine. That's fine. You got to give him something or he'll get frustrated and try to force it, and then he might kill you, so. What you got? Double Stargate? He doesn't even know either, right? He doesn't even know. He's just going straight for it. As soon as I started those starports. Is there an observer in here I missed? No. Okay. So he just knows. He built the Stargates as soon as I built the starports with no vision. I think that really tells us everything we need to know about this game, boys. Here, let's take some streamer bases. Yo, Parla G, thank you for the 32 months. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, he's probably just gonna kill us right now. At least he'll spare us. He'll spare us a long game. He might just go straight for it. Maybe he'll leave this alone. We could get the money up. Thought I had one more starport building somewhere over here. Am I crazy? I am. I thought I put one right here. That's fine. He is letting us do what we want, so just send him to the other base. He doesn't know. That's another comforting thing you can always do if your opponent is being a little sussy baka. Just take that ninja base. Yeah, he's done. He's done with letting me take the bases, huh? There's a limit. There's a limit to his generosity. I understand. Let's see. What can we get away with? Is he building carriers? I think we just got to go for it here, right? That's what it's all about, baby. We did kill one of the Stargates, right? So we did limit a little bit his ability to do what he's doing. Am I using my announcer? Yeah. I used to host the official StarCraft 2 esports league that Blizzard ran for about 7 years. And one of the benefits I got from that was a lot of great memories, but I'm also in the game. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I said a lot of mean things about Bobby Kotick on Twitter over the years, though. And they offered me they offered me a fat stack of cash so that they could take me off their website. So I don't think you can buy it anymore, but it was in the store for about 10 years. It's pretty cool. They didn't want to pay me royalties anymore, so I was only getting a check like every probably 3 years at that point. You guys will be shocked, but the majority of the sales happen in the first month when it comes out. I know. Look at him go. Loads and loads of money. We're pulling it in. How do you deal with mass ultra corruptor using BCs? I mean, if they have enough ultralisks, they probably won't have enough corruptors, right? That's my thought process. Gotta burn some SCVs maybe, though. Maybe we have too many now. I think I made a decent amount of extra command centers. What do you guys think? Are we peak Terran yet here? We're fully maxed out. We've got 16 BCs. We could probably get some more. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I can make 3 more battle cruisers. That's still not really enough. Oh, he sent everything. He sent everything over. Might as well take out as much of his shit as I can before the fight. Look at us go, baby. Look at us go. A little fusion core dance. I wish I could hear myself tell me that I need more minerals. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely like one of the greatest accomplishments of my professional career, right? Like, even if I was like a really good doctor, would I do something as cool as like get into StarCraft? Debatable. Saving lives, bringing life into the world. I don't know. Being able to harass people that spend $7.49 to have me harass them in the game, that's an achievement. Pretty good. Even matchup. Yeah, what was this build order? Double Gateway Stalker. So this is kind of like the build that the European guy did, except I don't have to worry about it on this mat. I don't have to worry about it on this server because it's easy to micro Cyclones. What if they have more Corruptors than Ultras? Well, I mean, you just got to really think about it, you know? Every game is unique. So when you're talking about, like, how do you beat this army, you know, it's just nowhere near enough information. What map are you on? How many bases do you have? How many bases does he have? Do you know if he has a Field of Spores in his base? How many Spires does he have? What are the upgrades on his Corruptors? What are the upgrades on your Battle Cruisers? What are the upgrades on his Ultralisks? How many Ultralisks? How many Corruptors? What production do you have other than Starports? How many Starports do you have? You know, I to be able to, like, give you an answer, if you're like, well, I have a couple of factories, I've got this, like, I basically kind of need to see the replay to, you know, more or less break down whatever scenario you're describing. That's the hard part. I could also give you the really boring answer without seeing anything and just tell you that battle cruisers are like Marines. They're only as good as your control with them. So if you have bad micro with Marines, you'll notice Banelings destroy them all pretty easily every game, right? Same deal with battle cruisers. If your micro with battle cruisers is subpar, you're going to find yourself tremendously struggling against anything. So, like this guy, for example, he tried to go into like Tempests and all of that, but he could have just also done Mass Stalker. So I think he could have beat me doing either one of those things, but at the end, it really just boils down to the control. He moved his army out on the map. I went for a big backstab, and I just believed because I had enough BCs, so I had a lot. You just stopped in the middle of surgery to watch these battle cruisers? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I'm in the middle of open heart surgery. I got a dude fully dilated over here. I gotta catch my Nathanias stream, bro. Did you see Nathan do that BC YOLO move though? Did you see that though? Oh, I'm flattered. So, I haven't had short hair for so long. It's. Oh my gosh, I didn't even check Ko-Fi. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. What am I doing? US East Protoss. Photon Cycles tipped $10. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, Photon Cycles. Photon Cycles. Isn't that the name of like a custom map in StarCraft? I feel like it's a. I know that it's a reference to. Why can I only think of? I can only see Kurt Russell's face. I can't. Tron. I tried to think of Tron, and all of a sudden my mind's eye was just. It was just a full-size portrait of Kurt Russell staring at me. And Tron. Yeah. Have you ever played Photon Cycles in StarCraft? Because it's actually, there's a sick map. I used to play that all the time. Oh my god, that's such a throwback. Thank you, Photon. I appreciate you. Photon Cycles. Someone posted a long message about the Jets or something in the chat. I just want to let you know that I'm not ready for the Jets to hurt me again yet, okay? So I'm okay. I'm okay there. We've got a little bit of time before the draft. The only thing about the Jets this offseason that I genuinely find interesting, aside from my despair that they probably aren't going to re-sign Breece Hall, is we picked up Frank Reich. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but we already have our next head coach, even though we didn't sign him as a head coach. So he was like in charge of the Panthers, I think, for a season or two there, but he's our offensive coordinator now. So that, I mean, you don't pick up somebody like that as your OC when you're a team like us without having that in your back pocket. So I'm fully expecting, depending on the way the first few games go this year, Aaron Glenn is going to be on a very short leash. They're definitely going to allow Frank Reich to help pick whoever we draft for quarterback, and there's a very good likelihood that if we have another shitty start to this season, they'll just put Reich in charge. At least he's taken a team to the playoffs before. Has he? I don't know. God damn. Panthers, they had Christian McCaffrey with him for a bit too, right? I want to believe. Plus, we'll finally get new team ownership if they ever go after these, you know, the people in the files. So, fingers crossed there too. I didn't lose enough units, so I got tiny supply block there. We'll just keep it moving. Stay regular. Yeah, but we picked up a pretty seasoned head coach as our offensive coordinator, which I do like. I like that quite a bit. At the very least, our offense should look completely different. We've had some terrible play callers, like horrific level play callers the last few years. So I'm definitely hopeful. Definitely hopeful for that. You're learning more about the new defensive coordinator too, Duke? Yeah, I haven't looked too much. I haven't looked too much into him. Honestly, like my off-season vibes are like Patriots lost. I think my mother, feels so weird to say. I have a mom. She's getting me. I think she's getting me a Sam Darnold jersey for my birthday. Katie's been unusually good about keeping the secret this year, so. I'm not thinking about the Jets right now. It's a good time. It's a good time to be living in the Pacific Northwest as a football fan. Jeff always told me I need to get a Marshawn jersey. So that's on my, you know, I have to get a Marshawn jersey. Everything I learned about the Seahawks before I moved up here, I learned from him, obviously. As you guys know, In Control is a huge Seahawks fan. We went to a bunch of football games together. Or at least watched a lot of games. I think we only got to go to a few, but... Yeah, I do. I mean, it's like if I was going to get a Seahawks jersey of a player that I actually watched growing up that I like, even if I haven't been like a lifelong Seahawks fan, I mean, marrying into it is one thing, right? Like, I feel like I've got to get a pass for that, right? I hope I'm not a bandwagoner for marrying somebody from Washington. But anyway, dude, like Sam Darnold's arc, his story was just so, it felt so nice. It felt so nice to watch somebody go get a change of scenery and redeem themselves. I totally don't yearn for that. No, not at all. That's not why I came out here. Oh, damn, he's got a lot of stuff. I'm glad he didn't dive me. He might have killed me there. He might have killed me.
Energy's too low to do that. You need to build that somewhere else.
But see, because I go for this gas first factory build, a lot of the people I play against think it's going to be my Cyclone Rush, my Ghost Pepper Cheese. And that's like the beauty of doing builds like that, because so many people get traumatized by my Cyclone Rush that it makes it a lot easier for me to like do other stuff, you know? Oh, he's being greedy. He's already got like, what, 5 bases? Is that it? Is he on 5 bases? Yeah, there's probably not much we can do. Do you think he proxied that? Thank you. Oh, yeah, you look, he went straight for it. Ah, damn. You know what, bro? You can have this one. Oh, that guy's definitely trolling me, right? I don't want to rematch him. Yeah, that's his first game in 6 days. Yeah, I see you, bitch. I see you. Yeah, No, we're gonna wait. This is a good opportunity for us to take a minute to breathe. I might take a quick break for like a few minutes if he doesn't queue up for a game soon. We'll do one little break today if that's what it comes down to. But I think that was definitely the only guy that sniped us today, for sure. That was pretty funny though. Seahawks D was crazy. Yeah, man. I was at the brewery. It was packed. It was packed. There were so many people there. It was such an electric vibe. It was a great time. But yeah, man, it's fantastic. Fantastic. Everybody out here just got so excited about it too. Yeah, Aaron, I got him. I got him earlier, actually. I got him before the last game. I'm like so ready to just keep queuing and playing, but I'm like, look at this guy. He's gonna play, right? He played his first game in 6 days. He's not gonna queue up for another game. He's just gonna wait for us, try and play another boring game, because he's a boring StarCraft player. All I want to do is press find match. All I want to do is press find match. If only this man would prove that I'm just crazy paranoid Nathan by queuing up for a game. He could make me look like a fool at any moment. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Think about how paranoid and silly Nathan will look if you just queue into a game, guy. You're almost there. You're so close. All right, I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna go use the loo and all that. I think he's just staring at us. Exactly. Yeah. We might have struck a nerve. We might have struck a nerve with some of our comments earlier. Sometimes that happens. But I'm going to use... Oh, there we go. See? He queued for a game as soon as I said I would step away. Hell yeah. Easy. The dream. Bills, Seahawks, or Raiders beast mode jersey for you is a tough choice. No, it's got to be Seahawks. What are you, Bills fan? How can you be a Bills and Raiders fan? How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? Even when I lived in Vegas, I didn't want to be a Raiders fan. You don't got to know anything about football. You don't have to care about football to see the Beast quake. Have you ever seen like the Beast quake when he was on the Seahawks? Man, come on. Come on. Get my man some Skittles over here. You're a Jags fan? Oh, okay. Man, I'm so jelly. If we didn't, I think we were like literally 1 pick 6 in the last game that won us so that we didn't get Trevor Lawrence. But at least you guys are scrappy. I wish we had T-Law. Corner hit? Hell yeah. You're a Kiwi who grew up playing rugby and you've only just started getting into NFL. You think NCAA double final was most hyped game of the season? Dude, that was a sick game. That game was a great representation. College football is coached and schemed completely differently. The reality is, at the college level, the physical traits between the players are still like huge, right? So like the difference between a bottom level NFL player and a top level NFL player, it's big, but the range is not as wide as a top level collegiate player and a bottom level collegiate player. So the people that are actually freak athletes, they can perform even better in college than at the pro level, because at the pro level, the only way people get a job and keep it for any amount of time is to be elite. You have to really be at a high level, right? Like the league chews up and spits people out like nothing.
But you watch some of these college games and you'll see some absolutely crazy matchups. A lot of the reason why I don't follow NCAA too much is because it almost goes too far. Because if you're in a certain school and you're a part of a certain program, the thing, you know, it's like small-minded people think that only the superstars are how a team wins. People that understand team sports and what it means to work together with their fellow man, they understand that the superstars are only good because they are also in a system that can elevate them and put them in a position to leverage their skills in the best way possible. And in the college level, they mostly just let people go out there and be freak athletes. So that's one of the reasons why it can be. Oh yeah, we're playing on Singapore server this game. So I'm just gonna do my 2-base BC rush. Actually, I'm not gonna do a macro game here because we got 500 ping. We just jumped from 20 ping last game to 500 this one. So we're just gonna do the fastest BC rush we can, just all in him. Save ourselves a little bit of misery. I hate trying to micro with that much league. Used to cater at the VMAC, their training facility. Marshawn's a big boy. I believe it. I believe it. Love Marshawn. But like, you know, if you've never seen the highlight of the Beast Quake, like it is a physical specimen that is simply awe-inspiring to bear witness to, regardless of whether you care about the sport. Does that make sense? Like if you showed me a highlight from a soccer game or like a big FIFA World Championship game where the guy like makes a crazy diving block, I don't need to know anything about FIFA to appreciate seeing a guy make an athletic play, right? So I think that, you know, he was just one of those players who could transcend the sport, because any normie who didn't care about football that saw that highlight was like, holy shit, this man just ran over 7 people. Like it's impossible to deny just like how huge of a play it was. So stuff like that is why people like the sport. That's a big part of it. It's awesome. That's all I'm trying to say. It's awesome. Have you asked you what your thoughts were of the Super Bowl? Well, I live in the Pacific Northwest, so I'll just preface with that. I went to the brewery. My wife was working the game, so I had she set me up a little spot on the side, which was really, really nice. And I just watched it there with a bunch of other Washingtonians, or as they call us up in the corner of the state, the hamsters. But man, I was just there surrounded by a bunch of fans. I got to listen to people scream and shout and stuff. Like, it was actually so nice. It was so nice to like be at a bar, having a beer, listening to people cheer for a team. And especially because obviously everybody there was Seahawks fans. So it was just like, especially towards the fourth quarter, it was just such a good time. It felt like a good defensive struggle for the first half. And then the team started to get a little bit tired, right? They'll get a little bit tired and things open up a teeny little bit. But the absolute loudest moment of the night was that first pick. People were like, once the Patriots got in the end zone, once the Patriots got into the end zone, it was like, you know, things kind of got quiet. And then we went down the field. There was that, I don't know if it was that we ended up punting, but it got so tense. It got so tense after the Patriots got that touchdown. And then that interception happened while they were driving down the field again. And it's just every person in the whole bar. All I can hear is just, everyone just started freaking out. And then the second interception happened, and it was like, yeah, no, that was just so awesome. Just being able to be in the middle of those fans and like just kind of like feeding off of that energy, you know. I'm an energy vampire. It's one of my toxic traits, but it felt so good. It felt so good to like be in the presence of so many people feeling elation at the same time. Gives me a similar kind of rush to when I would be like at a StarCraft event, you know. Just being around people that excited is a huge part of why I love sports in general. The passion. It's about the passion. It's all about the passion. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I'm not playing a 30-minute game with you, Singapore man. No offense. It's not you, it's me, all right? I'm going to send my BCs in now, okay? We're almost there. 7 seconds. 7 seconds is all I can spare before I push you. There it is. Damn, look at that. He had like 3 spires building too. Easiest GG of my life. Hey Big L, if you want to reach out about coaching, I would recommend you just hit up the email I have below my Twitch, or just Nathan Fabricant, NATHANFABRIKANT @gmail.com. Let me know what you're thinking in terms of how deep you want to go with it, but generally speaking, a coaching session with me would be like an hour of us going over your replays. You send them to me in advance. I will review them before the session, and we're going to watch some of your games. And that's generally speaking what I kind of do. But if you reach out to me privately, then we can have that conversation, or you can always reach out in like the Discord or something like that. Yeah, but when I see I have that much pain and the guy's like got 7 spore crawlers, but without even like seeing my shit, I'm like, hell no, man. I ain't doing that. Bro was beyond. He was beyond ready. He may have seen it too. Maybe he did scout it, but I'm just like, hell no. Absolutely not. Every time I go there, I hear the most outrageous tea. What a crazy stream today. Oh my god. It's been a sick day. It's been a great day. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much again for hanging out. It's pretty chill. I don't see any reason not to. I'll just hang out. I don't know, timer wise, we should be, I might give you a whole extra hour on top of that. Just see when Kate gets off tonight. Just play till the wife gets home, maybe. We get the free win in TVT. Is that what that is? Yeah, he didn't want to play. This guy's a Smurf. He doesn't want to play Terran versus Terran. Tragic. Does he leave all of his TVTs? Name and shame, baby. Name and shame. Autodidact. Look at that. Look at that. 7% win rate versus Terran. I bet you this guy tells himself he likes StarCraft as well. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just leaves all his mirror matchups. Wild, wild, wild. Grateful Sean Lynch, yeah. Seahawks legit have an S tier punter. Oh, their punter was great. Dude, I mean, like, every aspect of the game was so good. I obviously wanted to see Sam Darnold make a hero play at some point, but also, you know, the difference between the player that he is now and the player that he was back then is he has a supporting cast that he can rely on. And I always felt like that was one of the toughest things, was like watching Sam play hero ball in the Jets was just horrible. Again, most people, you know, they don't remember, no one cared to even learn in the first place. But that roster that Sam was on our team was unbelievably bad. Our starting running back was Frank Gore in 2020, like 2020. Like, it's, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do, man? Frank Gore was like a really good player, but I mean, he was playing his like 16th and 17th season on our team. That can't be your RB1. So that was heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking. He's a great player. I'm so happy to see him succeed. Of course he had to do stuff like that. Robbie Anderson was our wide receiver 1. That guy flamed out real quick. It's a tough sport.
Minerals pay the bills. Mine more.
I kind of like the build we've been doing versus Protoss today. I feel like we've been able to survive a little bit better than usual, which is nice. So, since we've got another TVP, I hope you guys don't mind, but I'd like to go those big, beautiful battle cruisers again. I like to chase the probe even if he's not harassing me, because it's important that I know he goes back to the other side of the map. I don't want him, like, hypothetically, if he was coming to scout me and then build a robo right here, I'll see it now. Does that make sense? But he can't hide. He can't hide anything that he's doing with this probe anymore, even if I can't catch it. So, it's just a little bit of peace of mind. It doesn't matter if I get the probe or not. I just want to know there's nothing outside my base. Your TVP is usually over quick. Terran versus Protoss is the only matchup where there's no real way to drag it out if they want to end it. If the Protoss player wants to blink all their shit over your wall and commit to killing you, they can do that at any time. It may not work, but they can end the game. Even if you hold it and win, like, the game is still usually over at that point. So most of the time I find that I die at that stage. But yeah. There's not a lot you can do to stop a Protoss that wants to do that, regardless of what they see. The number of times I put out like a siege tank and I've tried to like space them out and the guy just manages to split them as he blinks into them, and like you just see the sickest stalker control. You're like, yeah, there's nothing I can do here. This guy absolutely outplayed me. But it's like the battlecruiser teleport. If they want to click it, they will. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. It's part of what makes battlecruisers so cool. But also it's because, obviously, goes without saying, I don't really like to build siege tanks. So I always die in that situation because it always is just a few siege tanks spaced out, right? It's usually not too much.
Minerals don't grow. Supply depots are great. Build more over time. Minerals pay the
Like right now, right? He scouted, he saw the gas first, he put that battery up, he brought his adept home, so. I could not contest Blink Stalkers in the open field right now. He would kill me. So I have to be careful about how far I want to step out of my base to see if there's like a prism or an observer or a pylon. Maybe he's just got a probe kind of sitting out. Look at that. I just caught his hallucinated phoenix. Just dumb luck because I'm literally just out looking for anything. Let's see if this guy just takes a ninja base in the corner of the map at the start, like the other Protoss, right? Do you ever get the urge to go Cloak Shi Cheese? I don't know what build you're thinking of, like Proxy Banshee. I guess I've done that before. If I'm gonna proxy my starport though, I like to go a little more risque with it. Bring out the Thors, put an armory there, right? Really get down with my bad self. Or like Proxy Liberator is also very fun. Alright, so he didn't even have a forge yet, so he just got both of them. Well, there you go. Banshees are already starting to do a little bit of work. And the idea is we hold him back, slow him down, and then we turn our economy into something that can build battle cruisers. We're not really there yet, right? We need to keep him at home. We want to put the fear of God into him a little bit. But he hasn't been able to really get a too effective of a read on us, which is really, really nice. I just want to make sure we get to a point where I can do multi-prong Banshee harass. Got one from the right, one from the left. Yeah, maybe in a little deep. I kind of wanted to see if he was going for Stargates yet, but she also has one of the coolest portraits. It's between Banshee and Battlecruiser. Oh yeah. Oh, the way like the hood goes up and down and stuff too. It's pretty cool. Oh, Banshees are awesome. Banshees are one of those units that I've always really loved, but you know, they never really get a lot of love, right? They're like flying Dark Templar in a way, but that energy limit is brutal. Brutal. I think we just got to go for it though, with how passive this has become. Just go straight for the BCs now. I didn't think it was going to be this easy for us to get the infrastructure set up. So let's try to bring as much pressure as we can to keep him from, again, leaving his base as long as possible. No. All right. What? Okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my Lanta. You don't make that a planetary. We're gonna probably have to lift that off soon, from what I'm seeing here. Build the great ass wall to try and stall when these battle cruisers come out, and as soon as he attacks me, we just yeet ourselves onto him. Yo, Clarence, stop smurfing. Somebody in my YouTube chat thinks that I'm so good at the game that I'm smurfing. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you for the compliment. Dude, the older I get, the more self-conscious I get about not being able to play as well as I used to. But then people call me a smurf, and I'm like, bruh, I'm 33 years old. I'm almost 33 years old. People still think I'm too good for my own MMR, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Exactly. This guy thinks I'm so good that the only reason my MMR is where it is because I intentionally leave games. It says a lot. It says a lot about the fans. I appreciate you though. Thanks for watching my content, Clarence. It's always funny when someone comes into chat to say some wild stuff. I mean, he is taking bases, right? He is super ready for this to get sneaky beaky, freaky deaky like. He's seeking out my bases now. Oh, there it is. He's coming. He's coming. Go for the cyber core first, always. Then we take out the Nexus. What you got? All them High Templar. Oh, he started carrying real quick. What are you gonna do? He's still trying. Don't worry, I've got something for your immortals. I got something for them too. I brought something for the kids. GG. GG. Beautiful. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you execute a YOLO, a battle cruiser YOLO. Look how much money he had at the end, too. 3,000 minerals. Oh, that is beautiful. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what happened. Let's look at his resources. Let's look at his supply. What can he build? He can still make stalkers, right? We can see that. He's got this army. He's moved out. He's got a little army here, little army there. He's taking all the bases on the top left side. And the moment I see him try to go for this big smash, that's the time to push. I've never actually put this many planetaries in this alleyway before, but I really wanted to make it hard for him to do what he was going to do. So I killed the cybernetics core. I want to see his vision, right? I want to watch. Let's see when he selects his gateways and tries to warp in again. Let's just see. So now he looks back. He sees my army, right? He still has his army selected. He hasn't changed his selection. Now he grabs probes. He starts 4 pylons. Then he looks back. He hasn't tried to warp in yet. He just used recall. I still haven't seen him select his gateways yet. Now he does. Ah, he realized he can only make zealots and Knight Templar. There it is. I'll give a cookie in chat to anybody who was paying attention to the game clock. How long did it take him to even notice? Ah, how long did it take him to even notice? That's the beauty of this whole move. He didn't even start a Cybercore until the fight was over. By the time he even realized it, I'd already depowered all of his gateways. I was here. So even if he had another Cybercore, it doesn't matter because he has no warp gates. That's it. He warped in these Templar. That was his last move. That was his last move, but he didn't have a Cybercore. And then he builds it again here. And we kill this one. And look how much money he has. He dumped all of his gas into those Templar too. So all he can make now are zealots, even if he had a core. But it's like, what do you even do in this situation, right? You come down here and try to trade, but he must think I have no money at all. And unfortunately for him, I don't have no money. But he wants to go repower, right? That's why we always kill the Nexus, and I just kind of hold this spot. I think that probe actually does get by, too, which is incredible. But, again, no Cybercore. Still no Cybercore at the very end of the game. How about that? How about that? He went Gateway Core, too. Go get him. Thanks, man. Thank you. All right, we got a Protoss. Can I just say I waited all day for this stream? That's a really nice thing of you to say. Thank you. I usually wait all day for the Raid Shadow Legends daily quests to update, or for the stock market to open or close. Sometimes I'm a little anxious about my stream, to be honest. You know, I don't want to let you guys down, but I'm very. It's a great day. It's a great day. I'm just gonna say that all the good things that happened today are because I took a nap. I'm usually not that kind to myself. I could have made myself edit another 20 videos and start my stream earlier, but I laid down for an hour in the middle of the day after we got all the chores done, and I think that's why I was able to come on here with some good energy tonight. Some incredibly generous folks in the stream today as well. Just thank you guys so much. Everybody's been really polite and nice to you. You guys are awesome. Did all your chores? Yeah, exactly. I brushed Lou the other day, and oh my goodness, we got a pair of. I got a new brush from our parents out here, and I got one that was actually designed to not kind of like nick too much at his knots, if that makes sense. It was just like an undercoat shedder, like sheer type of brush. I took Lewis outside. I filled an entire brown paper bag, you know, big ass grocery store one, like yay big, like yay I filled one of those with his fur. And it was still everywhere. But we have a yard. We have an outside now. So that was nice. I went out there and I gave him a good de-winter coating. And then, of course, it got cold again. But I got a lot of fur off of that dog. And you know what, guys? No more shedding. He's been great. He's been great. He just got it got kind of warm again. It got kind of warm. And then it just started getting real bad. So usually I don't need to. But yeah, I gave him a good brush. He was very happy. I got all the undercoat off. The you know, the white fur or whatever they call it. That kind of takes a while for it to shed naturally sometimes, especially with dogs that have a lot of hair. So I took my Golden out and I just gave him a good brushing. We had a nice day out on the porch. So that's what I've been up to. I've been doing stuff like that. If you guys missed it the other day, I took Katie to we went to a brewery this last week as well, and she finally tried the Glühwein. She finally tried the German Glühwein. We both had a hot mug of spiced mulled wine. It was fantastic. It was about as hot as a glass of tea. But it was so good. That's got to be a good digestive. Sounds epic. Yeah, it was nice. We're just focusing on just trying to enjoy these moments, these opportunities that we get. Especially since it felt like it was warming up a bit. It was. Weather.com told me that in Bellingham, they said it would be a wintry mix starting at 2. And when it was 3 o'clock and Katie left for work and Nathan was getting his stream ready, guys, it was just regular ass rain, okay? It was not a wintry mix. There has still been no snow out here. I'm absolutely not upset about it at all. I don't want to watch my golden retriever dive into a pile of snow. No. And then take a picture of him and post it and tell my dad that Lewis got into the cocaine again. I don't fantasize about that. I don't want my dog to play in snow. I don't want to tackle him in snow. I don't want to do that. No. That doesn't sound fun at all. Who would want to wrestle their golden retriever in a foot of snow? That's depraved. See, that's about the whiniest thing you'll hear me say on the stream nowadays, so we're in a pretty good place. We're in a pretty good place compared to 10 years ago, I'll say that much. I think 10 years ago I was saying I wish I lived somewhere with grass. So. Now, Washington's got a lot of grass. And grass. You're getting another 30 centimeters of snow on Wednesday? Damn. My dad keeps sending me pictures of like these giant, huge ass snowmen they've got in their yard and stuff, and I'm like so jealous. Why you running? Why you running, huh? Why you running? It's kind of nice if you work all outside all day. Oh, for sure, for sure. Nathan, you know, Nathan's at the point in his life now where I've finally started to recover from my lifetime of dissociation from all of the shit I endured when I was younger, you know, and I'm finally getting to that point where I can kind of just get back to enjoying stuff and feeling like I've got some, you know, some level of stability and control and safety in my life again, which is really nice. It's basically been what I've needed more or less all these years, but it's not exactly the kind of thing you usually just get if you don't have family, right? So it's always been tough in that way, but kind of rediscovering all of the things that bring me joy and finding, you know, the bright spots and the little things and all of that, Zombieland, etc. Well, he tried. He certainly tried. Mr. Barcode has made a couple generous donations himself today to the stream. I appreciate that. I mean, obviously, I don't want there to be like 5 feet of snow, guys. My wife has to drive to work, okay? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I just want to play in the snow with my dog. Just one time this year. Is that fair? Just once per winter. It doesn't have to be any other ones. It doesn't have to be any other ones. Just once a year. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. Bob Hoskins and the Super Mario Brothers. You know what I mean? I think he's got us, boys. Yeah, that's got to be game. GG. They had a third base, too. That's unfortunate. Sometimes that's how it be. DVD from The Office is brilliant. You like the bouncing logo? Yeah. He was a good deal better than us, too, ranking-wise. Let's see. Do you play your mirror matchups? No, he does not. This guy's also a Smurf. Look at that. 22% versus Protoss. 22% versus Protoss. So this is just another guy that tanks his MMR so he can beat up on people. That's it. All right. Don't have to worry about that one. Let's go next. Anytime I play versus someone who leaves one of their matchups every game, it just yeah, completely delegitimizes them in my eyes. You don't see me out here leaving a quarter or a third of my games. You don't see that. You don't see that out here. People will call me a Smurf, but you'll never actually see me doing anything like that. I'm just bad. I'm just getting older, guys. One day I'll be 40 and I'll be stuck in Platinum League, okay? Did I see the Muppet cover of Blinding Lights? No, I've just seen a bunch of like TikToks of Sabrina Carpenter and Miss Piggy and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm a big fan. Blue collar background, you know. My dad was a carpenter, so I get it. I'm right there. Photon Cycles also sent a follow-up message to his tip earlier. Thanks for the games and the positive vibes when life allows is great and meaningful. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You guys know I've never been a person to just rant about stuff for no reason. I spent like 99% of my StarCraft career actually pretty expertly avoiding ever talking about anything controversial. It's part of why I complained about the game so much, because like I never had to actually talk about anything real. So I think that's also how I kind of collected a lot of the, you know, the people who also do that thing where they pretend they don't care because it doesn't affect them or whatever. But, you know, I totally understand how some of the stuff I bring up these days is going to be a little bit more raw and a little bit more real. But I'm also at the point where I watch, like, you know, the death of art kind of happening with all this stuff everywhere, and how little real stuff there really is out there for people to consume or interact with. And I'm like, this game, one of the few things I still have in my life that's not affected by anything, right? StarCraft is still what it is, you know? It's a relic of days gone by. It's a beautiful game. It's one of the reasons why I love it so much. It really is. But you know, I don't really know that I'm as far as like things I make. WCS is a long time ago. Right? So if someone's going to be like, what did Nathan do in the 2020s? It's going to be like, well, you know, he like crashed out. He crashed out from being a rager, burned himself out so much there was no wick left. And then he came back as a chill stoner guy who just rushed battlecruisers every game. I'm like, you know what? That's a great epitaph. I'm happy with that. Yeah, he came back. He was never as good as he was before, but, you know, he didn't whine or start shit with people anymore. And I was like, that's all I want. I'm okay with that. If that's the only thing people ever say about me again, I'll have won. I'm frankly just happy to be here. Oh my god, this is like a barcode Terran, and it's the first game I haven't SCV scouted. It's the first game I haven't SCV scouted in a little while. Oh, this is on Singapore again. All right, we're gonna one base BC rush. I'm just gonna teleport. We'll just teleport directly into his base. We got another 300 ping game. This might be it's like the Grim Reaper in Persona. When you can hear him coming, it means that you need to go to the next level or leave. If you stay on the same level too long in Persona, the Grim Reaper just shows up and kills you. They don't want you to farm any one spot for too long. He'll smoke to that. Yeah. But no, you know what? I didn't know the Muppets did a cover of Blinding Lights. I'll have to check it out. Abel, like, man, I love him. I love him, but like, I love Dawn F. Dawn FM was so good. Dawn FM was so good, and I just don't feel like anything I've seen him put out since then has like really gotten me. I mean, that movie he made with what's his face? The movie he made with Jack Sparrow's daughter or whatever, you know, the TV series or whatever, Idol, wasn't not. I mean, he's I just haven't. Yeah, I still rewatch the we've got a YouTube playlist of After Hours and Dawn FM for sure, but I haven't seen anything weekend related that recently. Most people just post, like, you know, photos of him from the Save Your Tears music video where he has like the super edited face, and they just put it over like anybody in government these days. But that's about it. So I mostly just see plastic surgery memes about the music video for Save Your Tears. But I didn't know he was a part of the Muppets thing. That's pretty tight.
Minerals don't grow on trees. Your research has
Sorry, I kind of autopiloted back into my normal build, and I guess I'm not one base all-inning him. Just gonna let you guys know, he'll just kill me as soon as we have to micro against each other, probably. Barcode Terran, 300 ping. Yeah. Actually, I'm just going to go attack him. If we can't deal some damage with our harass right now, then I'll surrender. But I want to at least lose my whole army trying to poke him first. We got to at least put a little bit of effort in here, right? I'm sure he's all turtled up like crazy. Yeah, look at him. He's all nice and bricked up. Look at that. He's bringing his guys out too. He knows. All right, GG. I'm not going to play a 30-minute game against a guy doing turtle mech with 300 ping. It's not happening. Let's give this guy a chance to search for a game. I just don't want to rematch him if I'm going to have that much lag. That's all. Oh, he looks like he insta-leaves his TVP, actually. So he Smurfs versus Protoss. Good to know. Or this says he's still in a game, so maybe we can queue up. I'll try. All right, we got a Zerg. I guess it's pretty late on East Coast US now too, so there's just not as many people on. I think today is the first day I've actually gotten on and played SC2 ladder on the American server, and I didn't play Sifa, Kitten, or the Barcode Protoss guy that whines at the start of every game. Usually I just play the same 5 people every time I stream on NA. I really do. Today I didn't play any of them, so that might actually be the most notable thing I have to say about today's show. He's a Zerg, you don't need to go gas first. But that's probably the most notable thing about today's show. I did not play Sifa 3 or 4 times, so that's actually really nice. This is the first time I played NA where I didn't have to play the same guy 5 games in a row in months. Can you explain why someone leaves versus a specific race? Are they just trying to get practice in? Well, the reason why they do it is you have to understand that StarCraft ladder is not some sort of system where you get good and then you automatically rank up. StarCraft is like MMR works on like a bid-ask spread type of thing, you know? So the reality is when people want to dump this, people want to dump it and they want to be able to have, like, just imagine this. You like the feeling of destroying somebody more than you like the feeling of playing a long game against someone that you're not sure if you're going to win, right? So you just leave every mirror matchup that you play. Now, the StarCraft ladder is intentionally designed to push you to a 50% win rate. So if you leave all of your games versus Terran, your win rate will drop to like 35%, assuming that you're even against Protoss and Zerg players. This means that the matchmaker will only try to feed you players that you can beat, right? Or that will push you back up. So you basically get the game serving you people who are worse than you forever by simply never allowing it to normalize you to a 50-50 win rate. That's it. That's all they do. The whole entire point is you leave every TVT and then you only play Zergs and Protoss that are worse than you, so your win rate spikes to like 75% in both of those matchups. It's basically the same thing as like a company dumping in the local river just because there's no regulation telling them they can't. That's about it. It makes people not want to play the game. It ruins the ladder. It delegitimizes pretty much everything about what it means to play StarCraft. But you know, these guys, if you talk to them, they'll have a whole bunch of reasons that they justify to themselves. And according to them, there's no way to fix it. So you just have to let them do whatever they want forever. But yeah, tons of people do it. Tons of people do it. I think on average, today we played 3 people. 3 people that we played today were Smurfs. So the only reason I even played them is because they leave a third of their games. Otherwise, their MMR would never be low enough to hit me. So sometimes that ruins the games that I'm playing because I just get matched against people I can't beat. I'll be playing some guy who's like actually top 50 on NA, but because he leaves every TVT he plays, he's only high masters. Then I get my cheeks clapped. It's tough. I know exactly what that feeling is like. I think the last time I streamed on Europe, we played like 6 games against people with 0% win rates in one matchup. So it is unfortunately a bit of a plague that people leave games so they can get easier non-mirrors. I'm gonna guess this guy is just rushing Spire, but we'll see. Good to see you, Laddering. Take care. Thank you, Light. Appreciate you. Thank you, Cranky Ducklings, for the raid. Thank you. Yeah, other competitive games have solved this. Like they've made it prohibitive enough that there's actually like economies for buying used accounts. So they've moved away from allowing it to. There's, you know, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort to Smurf in other games because they actually did stuff about it. I think League of Legends handles it very, very well. You just use a sliding scale. That's it. Are you the kind of player who insta-leaves 20% of your games or more? Well, then when you insta-leave a game, it's going to tell you you can't queue up for 24 hours once you do it enough times. You do that, the problem is solved. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of people who weren't interested in this conversation will pipe up and say, but no! And I'm saying, yeah, well, there you guys can find this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. These are the Smurfs. But yeah, you'll find that this is something that doesn't get discussed anywhere because people are very quick to just point out that, well, guys, anything that you do would just affect normal players who maybe don't want to play a rematch. And I'm like, look, it's actually really simple. If your account, all it takes is just your average amount of times that you, average percentage of games that you insta-leave, right? That's it. And if you play a game to the 5-minute mark and then you leave, maybe it won't count, but at least your opponent got to play the game for 5 minutes and then they win. So it's like, you know, they at least get to play the game a little bit versus the instant game, which feels cheap too, right? So that's my take. That's my take on it. Wife unit is going to be on the way home soon, so it's time to make our builds a little more dank. Good night. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for the support as well. Appreciate you, big time. Look at this. He's already got ultras. He's crazy. Bro's already got ultralisks. I have no idea what just happened. But this guy, I did my battle cruiser rush and he did an ultralisk rush. Can you imagine being the dumbass who plays bio against this guy and he just instantly has ultralisks and you're like, no! Hell no, that's scary. Unfortunately, ultralisks do not counter battle cruisers, so I think that helped me. I think that helped me out a lot. Oh, he's playing unranked as well, so he might even be a better player too. Does he only play unranked? Yeah, it looks like it. So we can't see his matchup history from that. No. He has only played 25 ranked games this season, but it looks like he's... this game wouldn't have counted anyway. Let's go next. We are searching for a game. Thanks for hanging out. All right, we've got a TVT. Oh, this one's on Australia. Okay, one base BC. One base BC. We've got 300 ping. We will not win this game with micro. One base BC. Yeah, we're going to wrap up the show. We're going to wrap up the show soon. I think the timer, I don't think the timer really got destroyed the way it probably should have by the tips today, but I did try to give a little bit extra. And yeah, what a crazy day. Just thank you guys so much. But I do think we're out of talent pool for opponents. I don't really want to sit here complaining about the fact that the time zone thing means that it's going to be a lot of Australians on now. It's not their fault that we have no ability to prevent running into each other. It's not his fault. It's not my fault. But instead of letting it eat away at me, we'll play one last little TVT, do some BCs, and we live to fight another day. I can give you guys tomorrow's schedule, actually. When are we going to be on tomorrow? Actually, same schedule as today. I don't know if I'll be on earlier. I might be on the same hours as today. Might be another later stream tomorrow. My calves are feeling really good too. I've gotten so many raises in today. Yo, Trung, what's up, what's up? It's going well. It's been a great day. It's been a fantastic day. It's been an incredible day. Mind-blowing, even. I'm playing standing. Yeah. Third stream I've done in a row standing. I'm going to keep it up. As soon as the show is over, then I put it into super fat, lazy man recline mode, and I do my dailies. Did I tell you guys I won the podium car at the Grand Theft Auto Online casino twice this last week? I got some beat up looking Herbie ass Lightning McQueen car, and I got, what was the other one? Some sort of like purple gradient one is the one they just put in. I have won officially so many cars in GTA Online that I had to delete one because all 3 of my garages are full. So that was, you know, I got to learn what that was like. Thankfully, one of the podium cars I won twice was the same one, so it was easy to get rid of. Obviously, I don't use any of the cars I win because I have a flying DeLorean, but it's beside the point. Oh, he's just going straight into the tanks. Yeah, he's going straight into the tanks. He's got the Cyclone out already. That's fine. I'm not playing a 30-minute game with 300 ping against you just because you want to play defense, buddy. It's not happening. I'm sorry. I'm about to teleport my battlecruiser way up your asshole, Morty. It's going way up there. What can you do with the car? The DeLorean can just fly. It's actually just a really, really good vehicle in general. My favorite thing about it is that I can use it on missions. So a lot of the missions in the game that are just driving, I just take off and just fly straight there. So any interest in playing GGG's 1 HP mod? I don't know what that is. All the units only have 1 health. All right, GG. Now we don't have to play a 30-minute game on the Australian server, guys. It's that easy. Oh, he's also playing unranked. That was his first game in 20 hours. He got a free win, and then he got me. Oof. All right, well, we can probably assume that he's searching for a game, right? So I'll try to play one more. That wasn't very fun. I don't want my last game of the day to be that. If he queues up for a game within 2 minutes, I will play another match. Otherwise, I guess we've got 5 minutes on the timer. That works, actually. We can wait. I'll wait here for 5 minutes, see if we play another game or not. I think the odds of him only getting on to play one game and then logging off are really low, right? Like, I feel like that's unlikely. So he'll probably queue up for a game soon and we'll be okay. Let's check his matchups as well. But he plays unranked, so yeah, it hides it. It hides it. So he could be a guy that leaves a bunch of games and we wouldn't be able to tell because he doesn't play ranked. That's one of the ways people hide the scumming. I can start an auto battle though. This gives me a little room to work with. You guys have a good day. Everything is 1 health. That sounds very exciting. That sounds very exciting. I'm sure there's a lot of people who like that. Oh, boom, he's in a game. Look at that. I'm searching. Pooch is coming over. Got my faction wars done during the stream. Easy. Easy money. Oh, this guy's in Singapore too. All right, guys, I'm just going to wrap up the show. This will be the one game I insta-leave today, but that's my fault. I said that I shouldn't try to play another game. I was right. I should not have tried to play another game. We're just not going to play against people that are in the United States anymore tonight. So all of our games are going to be really laggy, and that's just not fun for me. So unfortunately, since we're not able to play any more games against people on our own server, that is going to do it for the show tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will be on same time tomorrow, and I'll try to make a note of this, but around 7:30, there's just nobody on anymore. So I'll try to do we'll try to just like nail maybe like, try to do like 3 to 7 tomorrow. That's what I'll aim for. We'll end at 7 instead of now, and then we won't have to deal with this tomorrow. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Again, big, huge giga shout out to Anonymous. Tipped fucking 500 euros on YouTube. Absolute nut job. Thank you. Thank you. I do not know how I'm going to tell my wife that tonight, but I think she's going to be pretty excited. And thank you as well to everybody else. Photon Cycles for the 10 and Aaron for the 50. You guys, just crazy. Just crazy. Thank you. Thank you for your tremendous generosity. And we'll be back on tomorrow, memeing and dreaming and wheeling and dealing like we always do. I'll see you there.